When two of the biggest names in comedy history announce a permanent crossover, most people expect a blockbuster sequel. But the latest collaboration between Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence is happening entirely off-screen. They share a grandchild. Before we look at how two massive Hollywood families merged, take a second to subscribe to The Explainer for more deep dives into the stories behind the culture. Eddie and Martin defined 1990s comedy in hits like Boomerang and Life. Yet off-screen, they remained separate, building distinct parallel family units for 30 years. These two independent paths were eventually destined to collide, creating a real-world dynasty that no Hollywood script could have predicted. Eddie Murphy has a massive family. He has welcomed 10 children, creating a sprawling legacy that has often been the subject of public fascination. Martin Lawrence cultivated his own familial world, focusing heavily on raising his daughters away from the intense glare of his stand-up comedy career. For decades, these trees grew side by side, until the spotlight fell on two specific branches: Eddie's oldest son, Eric, and Martin's daughter, Jasmin. Given their father's mutual A-list status, many assume they met at a private Hollywood gala or VIP event, but their actual introduction bypassed the celebrity network entirely. Eddie and Martin played no part in setting up their kids. It was actually Jasmin's uncle who made the introduction, starting the relationship on a purely personal level. They kept the romance out of the tabloids, quietly dating until they finally made things public with an Instagram post in June 2021. 3 years later, in November 2024, Eric proposed. He didn't rent out a stadium or call the press. He filled a private room with rose petals and asked Jasmin to marry him. This led to some public banter between the fathers. Eddie joked on a talk show that since he had already financed plenty of his own daughters' weddings, Martin would have to pay for whatever lavish ceremony came next. But the couple went in a different direction. In May 2025, they quietly eloped in a small church ceremony with just the two of them and a preacher. By avoiding a high-profile wedding, Eric and Jasmin built a grounded foundation that prioritized their privacy over their family names. That foundation led to a new milestone in February 2026, when a maternity shoot confirmed the two families were growing together. 2 months later, the families welcomed a baby girl, Ari Skye Murphy. She is the first child to belong to both the Murphy and Lawrence lineages. This birth officially makes Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence co-grandfathers, legally linking the two stars for the first time. The private romance between Eric and Jasmin has permanently connected these two families, creating a shared history that goes far beyond their professional work. Naturally, the public reaction focused on the genetics. People immediately wondered how funny a child possessing both Murphy and Lawrence DNA might turn out to be. Eddie Murphy offered a different red carpet prediction. He bet the child would probably rebel against the family business and be a completely serious person. Beneath the joke is a real transition. Both men are stepping into roles as family patriarchs, focusing on their legacy at home rather than their standing in Hollywood. This shift in priorities was clear when Eddie was honored at the AFI Life Achievement Awards. Standing at the podium, he told the audience, "My legacy to me isn't my work. My legacy to me is my children." For both Murphy and Lawrence, professional dominance has become the backdrop to their actual life's work, building and expanding their families. Between them, Eddie and Martin have shaped modern comedy and grossed billions at the box office. Their careers are virtually untouchable. But after decades of professional achievements, their most permanent link is now a shared granddaughter. Ari Skye's arrival means the names Murphy and Lawrence now exist together on a family tree and a birth certificate. While ticket sales measure Hollywood success, these families are measuring their legacy in generations. It turns out the most enduring collaborations happen long after the cameras stop rolling.